In the center of Lagos, where market yells and danfo noises pervaded the atmosphere, there lived an elderly man whom everyone referred to as the Madman. If you're new, please subscribe to our channel, like this video, and don't forget to share it with your family and friends. Also, let us know where you're watching from. He donned the same frayed brown shirt and torn jeans every day. His footwear was mismatched, a sandal 1 foot, a busted boot with no laces on the other. His hair grew unkempt, his beard matted like tangled fishing nets that have been swept up on the beach. Flies tended to trail behind him, as did eyes, but it was his laughter that made him eternally memorable. It wasn't ordinary laughter, it was boisterous, it was unsettling, it arrived sudden bursts, sometimes in the middle of the road, sometimes in the dead calm of morning. He laughed when the sun was too hot, he laughed when heavy rain fell, he laughed when market women abused him, he laughed even when children hurled stones at him. Everyone was afraid of him. They whispered stories. Perhaps he lost his family and lost his mind. Perhaps he was wealthy and went mad from too much money. Perhaps he is bewitched. But nobody really knew. The kids referred to him as Ware Laughter. The adults just crossed the street when they saw him approaching. And yet he was never dangerous. He always took the same position by the bakery of Iya Bose, beneath the worn Coca-Cola umbrella stuck to the wall. He never begged, he never said a word, he just laughed. One day something was different, where laughter didn't show up. Everybody didn't notice at first, but by noon, Iya Bose inquired of her son, "Did you spot the madman today?" He nodded negatively. The security guard on the next street corner contributed, "I haven't heard him laugh once today. Weird." By the third day, the quiet was deafening. Something was amiss. Then there was Dapo at 24. Old university graduate just back in Lagos from where he'd acquired a degree in psychology. He'd always watched the madman at a distance, intrigued. Others were not afraid like they should have been. Dapo was fascinated. On that third morning, Dapo inquired of the community, "Does anyone know where he lives?" Laughter. Someone replied, "That madman, who's interested in where he sleeps." But Dapo was interested. He questioned the vulcanizer, the keek driver, the woman who hawked puff at the roadside. Nobody knew. Until at last an old shoe shiner nodded. "He sleeps in that broken-down building by the canal, the one with no roofing." Dapo walked there, over shattered glass and decayed wood. A stench of mildew and urine hung in the air. Rats fled as he walked further inside, and there he was, cringed on the ground, shaking, eyes shut, breast rising scantily, no giggles. Dapo took him to the nearest hospital. The nurses were initially hesitant, but Dapo would not budge. He handed them his ATM card and said, "Just save him." The doctors diagnosed him with pneumonia and acute dehydration. He hadn't had food in days. They let him in, washed him, cut off the beard, issued him clean clothes. A hospital gown never smelled so clean. 2 days later, when he opened his eyes, he saw Dapo sitting silently by his side. The old man blinked, then whispered, why would you help me?" Dapo smiled softly, "Because no one else would, and that's exactly why someone should." For the first time in years, the old man wept. His name was Wale Adebayo. He was a schoolteacher. He was married to Ngozi and had a daughter named Tenny. They both died 10 years ago in a car crash. A careless tanker driver wore out brakes. All over in seconds, Alawale lost everything. He attempted to resume work. He broke down in the middle of class. Laughed non-stop for 10 minutes. Fired his job. From that time forward, he only wandered on the streets. choosing laughter instead of the unbearable memory that pained his heart. Dapo saw him daily, they conversed, they laughed, they wept. When Wale recovered, he didn't go back on the streets. But with Dapo's assistance, instead, he began anew. Each Saturday, under the same Coca-Cola canopy, he began to tutor children. Street children, market children, anyone who would listen. Math, English, Yoruba tales. He read stories, cracked jokes, occasionally still laughed loud. But now it wasn't madness. It was healing. People started referring to him as Baba Wale. They brought children to him. Even Yabos provided him with free bread every morning. The man who used to scare children might now be their favorite teller of stories. The madman was never mad. He was shattered, and someone cared enough to help him put together again.